video. We are working with the printouts from the character sheets, and I printed them in a booklet format so that when I cut them, it will just be a half page to fit in my A5 binder. So I purchased this A5 binder just from Amazon, and you can find various A5 binders out there. It just has a little magnetic clasp on the inside. There's a few pockets. I added these little card holders in, and then it has a back pocket with a little top flap area here. So it can hold quite a lot of little tidbits. Plus there's two pen holders. This is something I really like because I love highlighters. Like I have a whole thing of highlighters and markers in here that I use. I also have, of course, a lot of midliners. You're going to have at least 2 slots to be able to hold your pens and highlighters. I'm just going to put this aside. Now, I said this is an A5 with the little binder. Now, another option, because with that I have this Office Mate hole punch, which works for either A5 or A6 or pocket minis. This is really good. So it does the 3 and 3. Okay, and that will work with this A5. But another option that you could do is the disc bound feature. Now this is a Happy Planner punch. I use it for a lot of my disc bound books, and I actually have one here that's already completed. So this is a disc bound book, and it is the exact same set with the blue features for the character creation booklet binder. And as you can see, I put it on blue discs and I created the covers myself. Now, this is something that I am selling at an in-person market, which is why you also see these really cute stickers that I created for it. So this is an alternative, but for my ongoing campaign, I actually have one of these in pink because I'm doing my DM in one, and this is going to be as a character binder, not playing a DM, for the 2024 year. So those are your options. Now, of course, you can do a full-size 8.5 by 11 binder, A5, A6, whatever tickles your fancy. Honestly, when I created these, I created them all as an 8.5 by 11 PDF format, and the idea was that you can use your printer settings to print them however you want. So I printed this in a booklet format. You see there is quite a bit of a white line around the border of each of the pages, but I don't mind that because I like to draw in the margins and I like to make little notes and add stickers because I love stickers. So something you will need, of course, if you are doing the booklet format is you will need a way to cut these pages in half. So you can use your standard scissors, but I'm going to use my Fiskars paper cutter that I use a lot for everything. And, you know, for this, I did buy the mega pack, but I did not print every single bundle because I will print them as I need them to add them in. It's completely up to you what you would like to do. Now, I am cutting this at 5.5 because it's an 11 size page. And what works really well because it's booklet printed is that if I keep them all organized, I think this goes with that set, then when I close it, right, so keeping all the pages in order, so then I kind of like close them together, and this now is a booklet ready to go, and I just have to punch on the side, which will be on the left side, so that it can go in my character binder. So that is just the character section, and this section is for the companions, which when I created this, I'd never seen anything, like I've seen kind of versions of a cemetery, you know, but I thought it would be really cool to have a place where if you lose a companion or maybe an NPC dies during your campaign who, you know, you're really fond of, you could have a little cemetery to mark their passing, and then it just makes it like a really nice feature in your book to honor those that you've lost. I also have in here a section for your companions that join you on the quest, and then also any cute pets and animals that you might take under your wings. Of course, I always have like lots of like sections kind of in between. So this is, I printed it off, so I have a white page in here, but this is the session planner. So on every single session planner, you're going to have a note page and the session log. Now, I like to actually take these and flip them. So, normally you would have the whole page on this side, but for these, I flip them this way because when I open my book, I want the session log on the right-hand side. So I'm going to hole punch them there. It does actually have a little bit of a deeper margin on that side, so it works out really well. And these are so nice because, when you're in the middle of a campaign, you might not want to have like your whole, book open. You can just pull the page out that you are working with, and then that way it's just nice and small and petite. Now, your normal character sheets, that the free one that comes is printable from the Dungeons and Dragons Beyond, like the traditional full page 8.5 by 11, is so much information crammed into one page. You don't necessarily need to reference every single game. As you are developing your character and going along, you need, of course, a place to keep track of different things that happen if they learn new spells or if they get new inventory. But in terms of, having to know all of their feats, like right on your main page, no, I don't need to see that. So that's why I like creating my own character book. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hole punch each of these sections. I know this is a very exciting video. Now, of course, always double check to make sure that your guides are just the way that you need them, because there's nothing worse than hole punching it and the pages are off or your guide wasn't all the way set. So now in your character binder, you can include all sorts of things. If you receive any handouts from your DM, you can have a lot of like journaling pages, include, of course, any magic items and spell items. Now, the reason I started creating my own was because trying to find really cutesy aesthetic type pages and stuff were really difficult. Everything is very much, the old world D&D aesthetic, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's definitely true to the universe of D&D, and I love that, but I thought that there was a need for this. It's something that I want to have, is a little bit more of a cutesy stylization for my workbook, and so that's why I created these. Now, currently I only have, of course, the blue and the pink that I showed you on my website right now, but you can rest assured that I will be making new colorways, and I'm going to be updating the existing pages. So as I use them and I find more relevant things, I will be adding and updating that to the sheets. Another thing to note is that I am working on creating themed ones. So if you are playing a cleric or a bard or a rogue, you will be able to have a specific themed stylization aesthetic for that class, and it will be for the full character sheet bundle. So those are things I'm working on. Don't mind my very rigged camera setup. This is my first many to come videos, and so we are just working on my desk. I've just got scrap sheets of paper here over top of my really messy desk pad. I'm gonna put, let's open this binder up. It's a little stiff because it has not been used a lot, and then I can just slide these in. Now you can buy dividers, you can create your own dividers. I will at some point be adding some divider stickers onto the website so that you can utilize those. What's really, it's really versatile, so you can, do whatever suits your needs. So as you can see, you have your main character information. This is all your main rolling stuff that you need to know for almost every single session. Then in here, you can input, like by drawing or put a sticker or whatever, a picture of your character under the beautiful arch, and fill out some of the more robust details. I even include a crest area if you have a family crest, or maybe you can create for yourself. Then there is various character traits which have little sections, which you of course can change yourself, but these should give you some really good robust ideas. I added in some health and allergy ones because, which is not your standard items you'll find on your traditional D&D sheet, but your character could have some health conditions. Maybe he's got a bad heart. Maybe he's got a limp on his leg, like rheumatoid arthritis. Every time it rains, he starts to limp a little more. Maybe he's a blind monk. can kind of come up with whatever you want. And there's area for backstory, your different feats as you go along, your abilities and class abilities, racial features, some background features, different things. And you can, of course, edit and change these because I left them pretty blank, right? You could cover that up and add different things in here that if you aren't going to be using this page. Now, I did add in a D&D page. Not everybody doesn't have a deity that they worship, but mention that, the Tree of the Lost, and then of course your session log. Now, I really like to have, I use this session log for just while I'm playing to just jot down my quick notes. I do have journal pages, which I will be adding in later on. Will be more detailed logs of how the session goes, which, sometimes I'll write them from the viewpoint of my character, and sometimes I'll write them from, the player's viewpoint. So here is the start of my book. Thank you so much for joining me on the journey of putting it together. I'm sorry for my wonky camera, and if the audio is weird, I hopefully will one day figure out all this technical stuff. Please follow us, like and subscribe. If you would like to see more or have any suggestions for future videos, please leave it in the comments below. And if you do purchase anything from our store, take a photo of it and tag us on social media. We will send you a thank you for doing that. Have a great day.